And I'm a business major. Hello, my name is Natalia Esquivel, and my major is in pre-engineering to study computer science. My name is Marifer Mancilla. I'm a student here at TAMU studying pre-engineering to go into industrial engineering.
Hello, my name is Michaela Poche. I'm a pre-engineering student here at TAMU, and I'm studying to be an architect.
Hello, welcome to Learning in a Global Context. Today, our iSearch question is, what is the correlation between the internal and external trauma of North Korean defectors following their self-driven liberation from their homeland? Take it away, Natalia. Okay, the backbone of this iSearch is the 7-year follow-up conducted by the Yonsei University College of Medicine and the Changbuk National University in South Korea. And this is what we found. So PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, is a mental health condition that is triggered by a terrifying event, either by experiencing or witnessing it. The symptoms may include, but are not subjected to, flashbacks, nightmares, severe anxiety, uncontrollable thoughts of the events. This list of anger outbursts, insomnia, avoiding situations that may trigger traumatic memories, such as ideas or topics or activities, places, and or people, hostility, lack of affection, and dreams and nightmares, are some of the results that we found within the 7-year follow-up study that we got. This is from order of least evident to most evident after the checkout of the survey that they had with the different North Korean defectors. This leads to North Korean defectors doubting their self-worth, women's worth in South Korean culture and Chinese culture, their inability of facing success after traumatic events, and how they can receive it after they left everyone else behind to be punished. So, women's worth in South Korean culture and Chinese culture, it is very popular amongst young women and young men there that the more virtuous you are, the more value you hold in that culture. So it is very heavy on them to think of all the things that they've gone through and then to still be seen as little or to be thought of as little based on that type of culture. Their inability to facing success after the traumatic event is kind of a sort of guilt that they come across, thinking of everyone they left behind in their home country and just knowing that everyone after them, 3 generations past them, or just everyone in their family, just being punished for them being able to escape, but still not being able to go back for them or help them. This leads to future families and relationships. These North Korean defectors are more prone to be abused by future partners or abusive towards them. They have depression and future children as well as their partners. There's a somewhat alarming rate of depression and suicidal attempts. They have abuse and future children caused by envy and psychological issues on the North Korean defector. 2 symptoms experienced by North Korean defectors who face culture shock are the feeling of inferiority due to the incompetence of their knowledge compared to other South Korean citizens, as well as being discriminated in public places. And these 2 factors contribute to the overall emotional prejudice that North Korean defectors face, and they experience things such as racism and segregation in school, workplace, and the neighborhood. So the reason why culture shock and emotional prejudice share so many is because the reasons are basically the same. It is because they feel inferior and incompetent, and because they feel discriminated against, they feel segregation and everywhere they go. And the reason being is also South Korea is one of the highest ranked in educational level at the moment, and coming from a world where they don't get to learn a lot about the world or mathematics or reading or how to be the best that they can be, and going to a place where everyone's just so well educated, they feel really inferior compared to that. And also discrimination in public places. Their accent, or their accent as you would call it, since it's old-fashioned and they don't know the slang of the nowadays era, you can tell right away when you're talking to a North Korean defector if they haven't practiced enough their new term slang or whatever they may call it. Also, racism and segregation is very apparent in school, like in Yeonmi Park experience, where she just felt like she couldn't connect to any of the students there because the things that mattered to her weren't necessarily what everyone else was on top with. They were more into entertainment stuff or about, things that didn't really matter to her as they did to them, because she was more used to the idea of being worried about when her next meal would be, things that were more on the serious side, and they just couldn't connect with that. And the same thing goes for workplace or neighborhood. It's the same principle. Falling under culture shock is the North Koreans' lack of information on life in South Korea and their different values and lifestyles. This goes into apprehension towards the real world. Their validity on new information, what makes it true, what really happened between US and Russia after the Japanese invasion. A reason why they might be a little apprehensive towards it is because everything they had learned up until that point was a lie to them. And their sense of acceptance on new information might not be the same as to when they were in North Korea. Reason being, now that they've been lied to, how do they know that the new information that they're being given, how do they know that that's what it really is? Like, how do they know that they're not being lied to again? What makes it true? What really happened between the US and Russia after the Japanese invasion? What caused North Korea to be segregated the way it was nowadays? And why was it so oppressive towards them? And what was the reason of all of these people in North Korea being suppressed the way that they were? The reason we chose this topic was the impact that Yeonmi Park had on us after we read the book, and after we wrote the essay, and after we met her. Yeah, yes, that's true. It provided a really great eye-opening experience, not only reading the book, but also by hearing it from herself firsthand at the Fine and Performing Arts Center. I know one of the things she was really stressing about was what we can do as people here, even in Texas, even in Laredo, to help them over there. And at the library, we had a chance to talk to Zeke, I believe was his name. It was Yeonmi's fiance, and he had sort of put his perspective on her whole experience. that's why she hides it from him, just because she has those very like kind, genuine words to say, and it's just sort of like, oh, yeah. Going through what she went through at such a young age and for such a long time. When you think about it, she was in China for how long? Like at least 5 years, and it was really long time, and she went through things that no child should have gone through, because, you know, honestly, I feel like she stopped having a childhood as soon as things got bad for her in North Korea. So she never really had the chance to really experience like what we consider to be normal, like a normal life, I guess, with normal experiences. And now that she does get the chance to start over and, you know, start from scratch on a new page, I feel like she just doesn't want to bring that lack of, I guess, innocence, like, in her life. Like, she wants to be able to start over and experience what we consider to be normal without the pretense of having to think about, oh, I wonder what they might think if they knew that I went through this, or that I've lived through this, or that I've seen this, or that I've done this, or whatever it may be. That's one of the things that we confirmed through this iSearch and the different sources that we found. For example, in the 7-year follow-up study of mental health of North Koreans, we found exactly that, because other North Korean defectors felt this way too. The way the study was conducted was on an interview basis, because the defectors were afraid that if the North Korean government went after them, that they would find evidence of the help they were receiving, or something like that. So they decided to conduct it face-to-face. And so one of the things that they said was that they wanted to avoid situations that could trigger those memories, that could bring them back, because they feel like they can't move on if they have those things present constantly. The book we read about Yeonmi's life was sort of like the knowledge background for us before we started this, because we observed her life, as they have been mentioning. We observed her life, how it affected her, how it possibly affected other people, how it's going on right now, and it made us question, like, how do they live with it? How do they move on from it? What happens in that process? So that's how we came up with the iSearch question. Yeah. And overall, this iSearch helped us realize that the struggle doesn't end after escaping North Korea successfully. There's still a lot of challenges that the defectors face once they arrive in their new homeland, and that's what we have realized. This episode of Learning in a Global Context really goes with this iSearch question, or the question really goes to the title of the show, because this can apply to different things that have happened in world history, with World War II, with past situations with the people in Syria and the Middle East, the refugees, and we don't know what the future holds. We recently have obtained or elected a new president, and we don't know what's going to happen with that president that we have. Anything could happen. Today we're good, and in a month or so or more, there might be like major persecution, major violations of human rights. We don't know. But this research question, or looking back in history and what other people are going through, can help us shape or give a direction to what we're going to do. Not only in society, but personally, each person, what we're going to do as individuals.
Oh wait, they're telling us to quit. I'm gonna quit. Sorry guys, the time is up. Stay tuned for Seth Meyers next. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Why is there all this tape on the flag holder?
Go. It's casual. It's casual Tuesday.
You don't come on your name over.
Oh, I don't come out.
Your legs, your head is chopped off. Oh.
Yeah, your seat needs to come from.
You know what I think would be a cool like little snippet at the end? Like someone's jamming out on their headphones and it's like, hey, so and so, what are you listening to? Like, I'm listening to EXO.
Oh
and then
my
you bring
God,
Monster
no.
in the background.
Let's not.
So cheesy. Okay, so why did we choose this topic?
I'm just waiting for it. Hi, my name is. filming. She's filming the room. Abused by we are failures.
Okay. What is the correlation between the internal and external trauma of North Korean defectors following their self-driven liberation from their homeland? Should you be looking at the camera instead of the chair? Is she filming? Yeah. Oh, I'm singing you. Okay, it's beautiful. Background music. No, I suck. Yeah. It's bloopers. They're just practicing. Okay, alright. This is a story all about how my life got flipped upside down. Sit right there. I have something written down on my computer. For that one? Yeah, go because... I think it was supposed to be PTSD. Yeah. So what time we ventured out of that one? Yeah. Pick those up and see. Do what this is a sonic group, yes. I didn't really write it, I just copied and pasted. Does it ask us? My cousin, she's like a huge like fan of BTS. A huge what? Like a fan. And like I should be a fan. I might have been like filming your book this whole time. I shouldn't have cried. But I'm just kind of confused on the wording of implicit aspects of life satisfaction. Yeah, me too. You too? What I wrote is basically their dreams when they came into... What they expected? No, yeah, that's what they expected. And then it has like a little study on like the percentage of those people based on tests. Their emotional behavior patterns.
Baby, come back. Where? I can sense your fear. Okay, I'm not scared. I'm not scared anymore.
Mannequin challenge.